Jack Hanna is a legendary zookeeper who served as the director of the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium from 1978 to 92. To some animal lovers, zoos are controversial because they believe the animals should be free in the wild. However, as Jack Hanna has proved, zoos are a lot more than just entertainment for people. While it's true that some zoos don't provide adequate space and enrichment for some of their animals, most zoos strive to create a stimulating environment for each and every animal they house. Furthermore, zoos aren't just there for people to look at animals. They're important for scientists to study animal behavior so they can use their knowledge to help species in the wild. Zoos are also essential for conservation efforts. Many critically endangered animals are housed at zoos where they're bred with other members of the same species in an effort to prevent extinction. And they serve as an essential way for people to learn about animals. Jack Hanna has truly embodied the spirit of what zoos all over the world are trying to accomplish, and he's made great strides in making animals happier and healthier while kept in zoos. He's also made many television appearances where he used platforms with Johnny Carson, Good Morning America, and David Letterman, among others, to educate and inspire others about the important work that happens in zoos. The Columbus Zoo and Aquarium opened in 1927, but in the beginning it was far less magnificent than it is today. It's because of Jack Hanna's influence that the Columbus Zoo has been transformed into a safe haven for animals across the world. The huge nonprofit zoo houses many endangered animals and even supports other conservation efforts throughout the world. Sadly, however, Jack Hanna's brilliant work has come to a close, and he's had to pass on the torch to the people he's inspired over the years. Recently, it was announced Hanna had received a devastating diagnosis. In today's video, we're going to take a look at Jack Hanna's work and legacy, as well as the sad reason why he's retired. The beginning of his amazing career. Jack Hanna has been fascinated with animals his entire life. In college, he began studying business and political science, but his passion for animals was a major point of his college years. He even got in big trouble because he kept several ducks in his dorm room and even a donkey behind his frat house. After graduating, he decided to open up a petting zoo with his wife, Susie. The petting zoo housed several dangerous animals, including a lion. Tragically, however, a 3-year-old boy snuck past one of the barriers and was mauled by the lion and lost his arm as a result. Jack Hanna had to shut down the petting zoo and moved out of state with his family. Thankfully, things began to turn around for Hanna in 1973 when he was chosen as director of the Central Florida Zoo and Botanical Gardens. Not long after, he was offered the coveted position of director of the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Believe it or not, though, the real reason he accepted the job was because it was near Columbus Children's Hospital. The hospital was renowned for its state-of-the-art technology, and he wanted his beloved young daughter to go there. She was suffering from leukemia at the time, and he wanted the best care for her. Thankfully, she made a full recovery, and Hanna had a new career to boot. His sad diagnosis. Jack Hanna had a long and prolific career, but he retired from his position as Director Emeritus of the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium in 2020. He's largely kept out of the public eye since then, but more recently, his family announced devastating news. Jack Hanna has been suffering from dementia, and over the last few months, his health has declined rapidly. More recently, doctors have expressed they're fairly certain he has Alzheimer's. While Jack was previously able to charm and educate viewers of any age with his vast wealth of knowledge regarding animals, he simply isn't able to do what he used to these days. His family assured longtime fans that his humor is still shining through, but they ask for privacy in these difficult times. Zoos and fans all over the world are sending their love and support, while still respecting the family's privacy regarding Jack Hanna's tragic situation. Sadly, we'll never again get to see Jack Hanna in his classic khaki pants holding some exotic animal with that special spark of passion in his eyes. He was a great influence to animal lovers all over the world, and he'll continue to be through his legacy. How much is he worth? It's no secret that the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium is one of the most successful zoos in the world. It has a vast menagerie of animals, as well as many other attractions that make it a popular destination. Jack Hanna held that coveted position of zoo director for decades, and since then was director emeritus until his retirement in 2020. So how much is the legendary Jungle Jack worth today? Jack Hanna's amazing net worth is estimated at $5 million. This means he and his family can live quite comfortably. Not only does he own a cozy cabin right next to Glacier National Park, located in Montana, but also a second home in Rwanda, where he and his wife would visit at least once a year. Even though Jack's condition is rapidly progressing, he'll at least be able to live in comfort. Jack may be nearing the end of his life, but he's left such an amazing impact on the world. Furthermore, he has an amazing life story that goes beyond his work at the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium. Make sure you stick around until the end because we're going to reveal the heartwarming story behind his marriage to his wife Susie. And if you're enjoying this video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to Facts First for more. How Jack Hanna changed the Columbus Zoo forever. When Jack Hanna was first chosen to lead the Columbus Zoo, it wasn't exactly impressive. The housing for the animals was hardly more than a few cages and pens. Under Jack's direction, however, the zoo has been transformed into so much more. Now the wildlife held there has sprawling enclosures filled with plenty of enrichment to keep the animals stimulated and healthy. The scenery of the Columbus Zoo is gorgeous, and today it spans an amazing 580 acres of land, housing over 7,000 individual animals from about 580 different species. His expertise proved handy when several wild animals escaped. In 2011, authorities called on Jack when the small town of Zanesville, Ohio was in crisis. A small county zoo, which had already been in trouble for inadequate animal housing, experienced a horrible tragedy. The owner of the zoo set free 50 animals before taking his own life. A total of 18 tigers, as well as several lions, bears, leopards, and wolves, all had escaped and were at large, where they could potentially maul and even kill innocent civilians. Jack was called on for his amazing animal expertise, and he was indispensable as he helped authorities track down the missing animals. Sadly, the authorities did not have proper equipment to safely trap and return the animals, and had to resort to killing many of them. While Jack was devastated, he admitted it was the only way. Thankfully, a few animals managed to survive and were all able to be housed safely at his very own Columbus Zoo. The truth behind his marriage. While attending university, Jack Hanna met Susie Egley. Before long, the two fell in love and were married in 1968. They've remained together ever since. Together, the couple opened their very own petting zoo before it had to be shut down. Since then, Susie has remained by Hanna's side while he worked as director of the Columbus Zoo, and also frequently appeared alongside him in many television appearances. She shares his deep love for animals and is incredibly knowledgeable about them. It's certain that even though Jack Hanna will be unable to make public appearances from now on, Susie will continue to contribute to the world of animal lovers for many years. Now it's time to hear from you. Were you more impressed to learn about all the changes Jack Hanna made to the Columbus Zoo, or about the heartwarming love story surrounding him and his wife's marriage? Let us know in the comments below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Facts First if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.